Hey there, today we're going to get crafty with these cute placemats and dinner napkins that I found at TJ Maxx. We're going to set the napkins to the side and start off with the pumpkins. Before I get started, my name is Summer with Hammond's Nest, and if this is your first time catching one of my videos, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you'll continue to follow along for more creative ideas. If you've been around for a little while, so glad you're catching this one too. I hope that you love the ideas and that inspires you to see things a little differently. So what you see me tracing one of these pumpkin placemats on is a piece of drop cloth, just your standard drop cloth that you'd find in the paint section at Walmart or any hardware store. It's great for crafting. I'm going to use it as a backer to create a pillow. So when I saw these pumpkin placemats at the TJ Maxx, I immediately thought pillow. I just thought they were so darling and they would make a really, really, really neat decorative pillow for the fall. Now, one thing I'm doing after I trace it, I just gave it a hot iron to get all those wrinkles out of the drop cloth. Let me go ahead and tell you before I tell you what I'm working now. If you do use drop cloth for crafting, my number one recommendation is to go ahead and wash and dry the drop cloth to prep it for crafting, just so any shrinkage will happen and all that. So, and then of course iron it. But what you saw me do there was I used some fabric glue. It's called Sure Bonder, and it's just a hot glue that's specifically for bonding fabrics together. You could probably get away with using regular hot glue, but I just wanted to let you know that. Now, I'm repurposing a pillow. I don't know if you could tell that's what I was cutting up, but I'm just using the stuffing instead of pulling out my brand new polyfill, and I'm just going to repurpose that. And I am going to close this up now that I have all the stuffing in there that I want. Now, this is darling as is. And let me go ahead and say, what you're going to see me embellish this with, you might even think that it could be used for other things, and I think that too. I think it would be an adorable little door decor piece, or just like a little leaner around your fall decor, because it is so cute. It just really caught my eye, like I said, when I was in TJ Maxx, and I knew that it was destined to be something more than a placemat. So I'm just whipping up a quick little bow. I've used some plaid ribbon that I did there, try to show you how I folded that, and then a piece of drop cloth to just kind of pull in that fabric that is the backer for our pumpkin. I thought that would be a nice tie-in, and I'm just getting that tied really nice and tight. I'm going to clip off the extra string on the back, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue under there where I want that bow. And before it sets, I'm going to slip in this little tag, this little grateful tag. I've used it on a few different things. It came from Hobby Lobby, like a 3-set. One says thankful, blessed, and then grateful. But I have really made some great use out of those. I think they're precious. So I went ahead and glued that down along the edges, and then the last little touch is a button. Y'all, is this not the cutest thing ever? We'll come back to that. I'll show you another shot at the end. Let's go ahead and pull out those dinner napkins, too, that I got at TJ Maxx. Now, one thing about these, they were a little bit thin, like you could see through them, and knowing that some of the stuffing that you could use, I went ahead and just did a liner just so none of that would show through. And it's well made, the napkin, but you know, sometimes, especially if they're white or off-white, you can easily see through them. So what I did is I cut 2 squares, I traced those out, and I cut 2 squares that were the same size as the dinner napkin, which were like 18 by 18 inches. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue one of those squares directly onto the napkin, like as a backer. And then I'm going to glue that onto the other piece. So you're going to kind of see me do all that and get that done. All right. And I'm going to use a different method with this one. So it's going to be glued to the other piece of drop cloth, and then it's going to be flipped inside out. So I'll be sure to show you a close-up of those seams so you can see what I did there. So when you see me now gluing this other piece right here on top like that, that is the part we're about to kind of flip inside out. And I'm only going to leave one little section open. If you've ever made pillows, you probably know that's for you to get the stuffing in, and just enough room for you to do that. And then you just glue it up closed, or sew it closed, or whatnot, whatever method you're using. Now, of course, if you do so, you can absolutely do that. But I really do like the, freedom of just grabbing the glue gun or using some of that stitching, the webbing, I think it's called. I may have already mentioned that, but I love those options for doing no-sew crafts. Okay, so now I'm just closing it up. I got all my stuffing in there, and we have another pillow. Now, I'm not going to do anything to this one. I think it looks lovely as is. I'm really proud of it. See the seams there? It looks good. Here we go. We're going to put them together. And when I saw them in the store, I thought they looked really cute together. Some other ideas you might have, I would love to hear them, but I hope this inspires you to see some placemats or see some napkins and know that you can create something beautiful with them. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great day.